Hello and welcome back to Darak Watches. I'm Derek. Today we have this Proxima MarineMaster 300 style homage. This is not a sponsored video. I purchased this watch to evaluate the quality and see if it's easy to mod. I believe there are a lot of you out there just like me love the MarineMaster 300, but the price tag is just too expensive to own. After I realized there are MarineMaster 300 homage out there, I start my research. Some of them just the watch case shape, it looks like the MM300 but still using a screw down case back. But this one from Proxima, they actually use a monoblock case, just like the real deal, so I got one in to evaluate so you don't have to. Its original dial looks interesting. You can see the date function. They put it around the parameter of the dial and use the red background to highlight the date. It's very interesting, but it's not really my style. So we will be modding the dial today. Here you just need to use the case back opener to lift up the bezel, and you will see the click spring out. This cover have a left hand thread, so you need to turn it clockwise to be able to unscrew it. After removing the cover from the case, you can see it have a very nice piece of sapphire crystal and with the blue AR undercoated. It's not a double dome and also not a single dome. It looks very close to the MarineMaster 300, but it's not 100%. The movement stem is held down by a tiny collet and screw. You need to unscrew the collet before you can pull out the movement. I think this is a very simple way to design two-piece stem. It uses a hollow tube on the left attached to the crown, cut a slot into the tube. The stem can slit into the tube and clamp down by the collet. This crown have a 3 O-ring design and also a silicone pad in the bottom of the crown. Now we can remove the movement from the case. It is using a SII NH36A movement. Now I will attach a usable crown to the movement so I can remove the hand to mod the dial. If you want to see how I changed the date wheel, you can click the link on the top right corner, or it will be a link in the video description. Now we move on to the dial. As you can see, this dial is made by Dial Maker. This is the Stealth Seigaiha MM300 style. It have a printed Seigaiha wave on the dial. The dial itself is matted and the print is shiny, so it looks very good. There are two sets of dial pins behind the dial for 3 o'clock crown position and 4 o'clock. Make sure you cut the one you don't need. Now I'm installing the handsets. Make sure you adjust the time till the date snapped over to the next day that indicated 12 o'clock midnight. As you can see, I also mounted the chapter ring on the dial, but end up this is not a correct thickness for this case. I will explain more later. After the movement is installed back to the case, now we need to attach the crown back to the movement. Make sure you push it all the way in and screw it down. And actually the set screw is not that high quality, so I won't put too much torque in the screw or might damage the screw. Make sure you remember to check the crown action. And here is where I realized the chapter ring is too thick. Okay, here's the issue. On the left side is the aftermarket SKX013 chapter ring. On the right side is the one from the watch. When you see from the side, the thickness is almost the same, but if you flip to the back, you can see the one from the watch have a groove. Means the chapter ring will sit lower. So now we know we can only use the chapter ring from the watch, but as you can see, I already try to install this chapter ring back to the watch, but the dial's indices just doesn't clear the chapter ring. You can also see I file a little bit of the chapter ring away, try to fit the dial, but further I noticed the dial is not fitting to the chapter ring groove, so I need to file off the groove as well. After a few tries, I did manage to file the correct amount away from the chapter ring to clear the indices. I also accidentally chipped away some paint. I will use color Sharpie to paint it. This is the backside of the chapter ring. I did manage to file it flat and use some dial dots on it. Okay, now it is looking very good. It's time to case it. This is how you install this type of click spring. I will hook the click spring on the case and hold down with my finger just like this. Use the bezel click notches to catch the end of the spring and push the spring in. Make sure you catch the spring all the time when you're pressing in, because that's its final sitting location. Okay, this is the final product. So I think the chapter ring actually plays pretty well with the dial, and the printed Seigaiha on the dial, it's pretty I would say it's noticeable, and it definitely adds a different dynamic to the dial. It looks very good. And I'm actually quite pleased to use this Pepsi style chapter ring, because I don't think you can get this style of chapter ring on the aftermarket parts yet. Okay, my thoughts on this watch. I think it's very well made, but I don't care about the dolphin on the back. If I can choose, I would prefer nothing on the case back, but anyway. This watch comes with sapphire crystal and lume ceramic bezel insert, which is a plus. This watch cost me under $250 to purchase. This includes the bracelet. I think it's a very good value watch, very nice quality. The low light will be the crown attaching screw collet. That doesn't seem very well made. Also, I don't think you can find any aftermarket chapter ring. I might be wrong, but keep this in mind, you might need to use the one come with the watch. That means you need to do a lot of filing to fit the dial. I'll leave the link in the video description for the watch and the dial if you are interested. If you found this video is entertaining and educational, please like the video and consider subscribe to my YouTube channel. This will help the channel a lot. There are more videos just like this in my channel. Please take your time to watch them all. Thank you for your support. If you have a question, comment, or concern, or you just want to order a watch just like this, please write me an email. It is contact@darakwatches.com. This has been Derek from Darak Watches. I'll see you next time. Bye.